Okay, hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres, and I told you that my thing today was I'm cutting hay. This is like the beginning of my hay cutting season. You know, a lot of what you're seeing out in the farm community, they start earlier because they want to get more than one cutting. I start a little later because I have mostly orchard grass and Timothy, and I'm really only concerned with getting maybe 2 cuttings on some fields. I won't take 2 cuttings off every field because I really don't need it. I'd wind up storing way too much hay. I mean, you could always sell it, but that's really not what I'm doing. I need to cut enough hay to be able to fill my my barn with it, and then have enough hay for all my animals to get through the winter to the next grazing season. So this is hayfield right here. This is hayfield. This is hay bine. This is what I'm using to cut the hay. It's a kind of a newer model. It was made in 1960, so it's not really that old. And there's a sickle bar up in the front of it that cuts the grasses, and then there's some rollers that the grasses go through and they get squashed, and that helps to dry them. And then it spits them out the back here and kind of into a windrow like this. And so long as my tractor tire is in the windrow before it, you see that, then I'm gonna make a perfect windrow. And at the same time I'm doing this, my cows are up here, right? And there's just a tiny poly wire in between us, but it's electric, so if they touch it, they're going to get popped. Now, it's kind of like marrying 2 technologies here, because grazing is definitely, you know, if you've seen any of my other videos on grazing, it's kind of a thing you have to learn how to do. And then cutting hay is something that you have to learn how to do. So I've showed you my hay bine, and that's a little 45 horsepower tractor that I use to apply power to it and make everything work. I have this equipment. It's not exactly state of the art, but it's better than horse drawn. And I've rebuilt just about everything on here, so it's really serviceable stuff. It'll work as long as I need it to. But when you're cutting hay, if I'm going to cut hay and not graze cows, then every blade of grass that I leave out here is a resource that I'm just leaving. I'm leaving it on the table. I'm just leaving it behind. But if I'm grazing at the same time, as soon as I have this hay up off the field, I mean, there's still a couple things I have to do. I'll explain that in a minute. But the point I'm trying to make here is, as soon as I have this hay off and stored in the barn, then I can move their fence and I can let them in here for a short period of time, and anything that I've missed, they'll take care of. And if I can get 1, 2, 3, 5 days of grazing on a field that I've already hayed before I move them off of it, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Otherwise, I would just be losing hay. Or I'd be losing feed. So what I do when I'm haying this field, and this is going to be my 15th year of doing this particular field, I go around the outside of it 6 times. And so that gives me 6 rows that I can rake into each other. You know, I will rake 2 rows together. And raking is basically you just go down this row and flip it over with a rake. It's a power rake. I'll be doing that tomorrow, so maybe I'll show it to you. I use a different tractor to do that. And then hopefully, if I do that at 11 in the morning, and it's a little bit windy, moving day, the wind's moving a little bit, and it's warm like this, it's about 80 right now, and there's no rain, I'll be dry enough in the afternoon that I could possibly bale that hay up. And then I come in here with a round baler that's much newer piece of equipment. It was built in '71. I can come in here and round bale that up and then get those bales in the barn before they get rained on. That's a really good thing. All right, so off this top field, I usually get 22. Right, so I've been doing this long enough to know that I'm probably going to hit somewhere in there. This is a lot of hay right here, but I've had bigger years than this. This growing season is just not the way it was advertised. It's just not up to speed. So I'm still going to get, I don't know, I'll get 18, 20, something like that. And I'll be fine with that. That's enough. But then I've still got this center field and then all those back fields down there that have to be done too. So my numbers will be up there. But this top field here is kind of near and dear to my heart because when we first moved here, farmers in the neighborhood called it the sand hill. And they said, if you ever put a plow in that sand hill, you'll never get a thing to grow. And I started to research on different ways to do it. Fertilizer was definitely not it. There was just a lack of humus up here. There was a lack of organic material. So we started making compost and making compost and making compost. And then finally we spread that, and then we plowed it and then planted it. And this is one of the most productive fields on the farm right now. And it seems to get better as time goes by, you know, because we're grazing it. Grazing really helps a lot. It's a technology that is used all over the world to turn desertified land into productive grassland, believe it or not. And maybe someday we'll get to go through that. But for today, what I'm doing is I'm making hay. So on a day like today, I usually start about 1 o'clock after lunch. I usually have all my equipment together. Everything's fueled, everything's greased, oiled, ready to go. And then I'll hit it until the hay bind starts to plug a little bit. And that'll be later tonight. There's not going to be much dew tonight, so it'll be much later tonight. And then we'll bring it in, we'll get everything fueled up again and ready to go for tomorrow, and do that. But this is one of the things that we do here that puts crops in the barn that I can feed to my cows during the winter months when they can't be out here. My feeling, though, is it's better to have them out here doing the self-harvesting than me doing it. So I feel like it's better for me to be moving fences than cutting hay, you know, because when they're out here and they're grazing, they're increasing the land instead of decreasing it. All right. I'll catch you next time. Remember, anyone can farm.